Okay, so there I was going down the road, and man, I hear this strange pss, pss, noise, and my car starts shaking. And then I see smoke. It starts coming up out of the hood, and I'm on the freeway, mind you. I'm in the middle lane. So I'm start trying to get over, right? And this car is like honking and shit. And I finally pull over on the edge, and these cars are going around me and shit. And I park, and I'm like, everybody, get the fuck out! I was like, it's gonna blow, because here I am in my mind. I'm thinking like, man, it's like smoking, and it's like all black, and all the smoke's coming up and shit. And I'm thinking, man, it's just about to blow up on me. And they're over there trying to, their seatbelts are jammed, and my seatbelt's jammed, and I'm trying to get out real quick, and I'm having to, do this like where you have to reset the seatbelt and shit. And then I'm like, and we got two dogs in the back, and my friend, she's in the back, and she's over there struggling with the dogs, and she's trying to get out and stop. And we finally, after about 5 or 10 minutes, we finally get out of the vehicle. And then once we're out of the vehicle, we're sitting there, we're standing on the side of the road, and we see the ambulances coming on the freeway, and they were like there like that. I was like, what? Hey, at least the ambulance was there quick, right? So the firefighters showed up quickly, right? They're just like right there, right on the dot. And so they check it out, and they put out my vehicle and stuff. And they tell me that, we really can't be walking on the freeway. So we have to walk on the freeway to get it up across the road, a little ways, to get it back up to Walmart. And we was going to get something to drink and something to eat. And we had some snacks with us too, So we're walking. We're in Edmond, Oklahoma at this time. I was trying to get out of Oklahoma. We just tired of being in Oklahoma it's a long story. That'll be an interesting story there too, and I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy that. So we go to Walmart, and we go through, like my friend gets him a Bang for some reason, and that's all we got was a Bang. And then the lady, she wants to check the receipt for a Bang, and my friend, he doesn't have the receipt on him. I had it because I bought it for him. And so like, at first I thought I threw the receipt away, and I'm like looking in my pocket like, man, I ain't got the receipt, And he's like, she calls on the radio, starts calling the manager and stuff, and it's stupid, you know what I mean? Because usually I wouldn't even pay attention. I was like, man, quit being silly and walk out. So I finally pull out the receipt, and I was like, yeah, here it is. And she's like, never mind, they got the receipt. So we walk out, and then we were walking across town and stuff, and we had our tents with us. We was just gonna set up tents and fucking camp out, say fuck it. So there we were gonna set up our tents and shit, and then we walked, and we kept walking and walking. We couldn't find this park. This park wasn't even a park. It was like a rich neighborhood, and it was supposed to be a park, and it was just like a rich neighborhood, bunch of rich fancy houses and stuff. And I was like, we're definitely gonna get the cops called on us being out here just trying to set up tents and stuff. So it wasn't a campsite like it said on Google Maps. It said that there's like campsites there and shit, and we never found those. So it was like, fuck it. So we walked back across to we was gonna try to find a restaurant to eat at, and finally we go to it was like a Sonic or something. It was a Brahms. We went to Brahms because we walked all the way to like Whataburger, and they were closed. And then we walked all the way to Brahms. We was like, fuck it, we can get something to eat, just enjoy whatever. So I went and I got me like a little malt or something, just something small, and he got him and his girl something, and we're sitting there, and we eat a little bit, and it gets dark, and the traffic slows down on the freeway a little bit, and we're like, fuck it, we're gonna go back to the car and sleep. So we walk all the way back to the car, and mind you, this whole time we've got the dogs. We're carrying the dogs with us. They're big dogs. They're very big dogs that we're taking with us, okay, all across town. That we're walking on foot. So now we walk all the way back to the car, and we finally get the dogs in the car. And we got this big old ice chest in the back seat, mind you. This big old fucking ice chest. Okay, so fuck. Then no, we don't, because we dropped the ice chest off. And we did have it in the beginning, but we dropped it off before we went to Edmond. So we didn't have a big ice chest. We I thought we were going to, but we left the ice chest in storage. Okay, so we get back to the car, and the two dogs in the back seat with her, and she's trying to get situated, and then we decide we're gonna get the car off the freeway. So we're struggling. At first, I walk back up. No, because I tried to start the car first, and I was low on oil. I popped the hood to see what I was low on. I was low on oil, so I went to the gas station. I got more oil, more coolant, and all this stuff, and I filled that up. And then I tried to start it. Well, my battery's dead, so I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "Now I can't even get it on fucking park. You're not park, neutral." So finally, I managed to just fucking muscle it, and I pop it into neutral. And so we decided to push it, and it was easy pushing it on the freeway till we got up to the curve, and to get off the freeway, because we're trying to get off the freeway. So we're taking our times with it, and we're like, pressing the brake and taking breaks, and then, oh, here we go again, and we're pushing it uphill, man. We are struggling. Fuck, we were struggling, pushing the car uphill. Well, we get about 3/4 of the way, and we're almost dead. We're dying. We're pouring sweat. We're over here. Sweat's just coming off of us. And these people show up to help us, man. And that was pretty cool. They were Christians, and it doesn't matter who they were. It doesn't mean anything. Anyways, they help us get it to the top of the hill, and then this other lady, she pulls over and she gives us help. She helps. She's gonna give us a jump. And she jumps. She goes back, gets jumper cables, and she jumps us. And then that didn't work. My motor is completely fucking blown, and no good at all. It would have fucking just blew up on me. So then she gives us a bump push on the back all the way to La Quinta, and so we sleep in the car that night. Well, anyways, she gives us a push. Oh, well, that's later on in the story. Anyway, she gives us a push, and I pretty much have it in neutral and use it to steer all the way to the hotel room, and I find an empty spot in La Quinta, and that's where I kind of cruise it in, and I thank her, and we kind of go part our ways, and then we start looking for a hotel, but we're in a hotel. Hotels are expensive. Of course, we didn't have money for a hotel, and that's why we're camping out. That's why we were going to go camp out. We were going to go to Colorado, camp out, and come back. We just had just enough money for gas. So all this money that we were spending, we really didn't have. We had ramen noodles and all this other shit that we're supposed to be eating on. And when you're fucking tired going through shit, you don't give a fuck. Oh yeah, the people that helped us out, they gave us $100 too. That was really fucking cool. Did not expect that at all. Gave them $100. Didn't give me $100. Gave them $100, which was cool because they could probably use it, But they would have gotten a hotel for all of us anyways. So, anyways, we were there trying to check out, see what the room prices were and if they took pets or not, and they didn't. So it was supposed to be raining, a really bad storm that night, and it did. And we put trash bags over all the windows, and then the next day the rain eased up, and we walked, because we went and checked all the hotels, and we even went in one, and we just sat there and chilled. The guy was pretty cool, and he was like talking to us, joking around and stuff. That was pretty cool. Then we walked all the way over to we were going to try to get a motel room, but we were just like kind of checking up with people. We were going to like gas stations and just talking to people and stuff. So we walked a couple times to the gas station, and then we walked all the way to the gas station at the other side of town, just to kind of see what was going on, see if there was ways of getting your car out of there, getting back to town, checking on the train, checking on, like everything that we could. And so finally, she was able to get a hold of her sister-in-law, her sister and brother-in-law, and they decided to come pick us up. But it took us, we had to give them some money for gas to help us out. So I pretty much took all the rest of our money that we had on us, and fuck, we loaded all my stuff up in my car, in their car. That was the next day. It was probably late in the afternoon, and the dogs, because we wanted to take the dogs with us, and we went back to the lake where we were staying, Lake Texoma, and that was in the afternoon. But man, that was a hell of a trip. Fucking lost my car. course, it was probably close to going out anyways. So I wasn't too worried about it. I mean, I was still kind of mad, but you know, I can always get a new vehicle. I mean, at least nothing happened to us, you know. And so that's kind of a little story there on what happened with my car blowing up and all that. Hope you guys enjoyed.